What's going on? How you doing? Welcome in to the 411 podcast. It is Friday, it's freestyle sessions, and let me tell you, I got a great show for y'all tonight. We're gonna just freestyle it up. If you want to speak to me, you can text me at 609 738 0611. You can also request me live on Instagram. Unfortunately, you cannot request me live on TikTok tonight because we have been banned from TikTok for a while based on a conversation that I had with King Jupiter last night. So, unfortunately, there was some sort of language that they didn't appreciate. So, they called it hate speech or whatever. And in any case, we need to take a little break from TikTok for a while, but that's okay. We rocking and rolling on Facebook. If you're out there and want to say what's up, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, D Live, and Twitch. So if you're out there, go ahead and tag your friends and let them know what we're getting ready to do here inside the 411 podcast. So now, I reached out to my friend. I want to see if she ain't available, but get right on into the song of the day because this is important here tonight. Just give me a minute because I woke up this morning to a new Mary J. Blige record. Um, I was last night after the show. I was, you know, working on stuff, and I happened to come across something, and I'm like, all right, this is a new song. I never saw this before, so it popped up out of nowhere, and we're gonna dissect this a little bit. What's going on? How you doing out there? So, song of the day is "Rent Money," Mary J. Blige, featuring Dave East, off of the Good Morning Gorgeous album, which is coming soon next month, November, a couple weeks. So, the subject of the song is basically you get wrapped up into a situation with somebody, and basically they just in it for the money, they in it for whatever. And next thing you know, you wake up and all your money's been gone, and you spent all your money. And now, what you gonna do? Because rent money's due. So, those of you out there, I know that there's so many people out there that's been through this situation where all of a sudden you done messed around and you done end up going broke, effing around with somebody that you probably shouldn't have been. I mean, we've all been there before. I mean, I think I've done this situation and played this record at least 2 or 3 times. But I'm gonna just go ahead and get right on into the lyrics because this is like memory lane here. This is going back in the day. So, Rent Money, Mary J. Blige featuring Dave East off of her new album, Good Morning Gorgeous, which is coming out February 11th. So, This Isn't Love. Now, I don't know who did these lyrics, but they say this isn't love, this is foolish. But my ear picks up Mary J. Blige saying, this isn't love, this is roulette, like Russian roulette, or when you're playing roulette at the casino. Um, I'm thinking that this is what she's saying, but they wrote down foolish. But we're going to go with this isn't love, this is roulette. Um, I just want what I put into this. Like, I don't want nothing from you, right? I just want what I put into it. So give me mine so I can back up from this. And then I'll keep it moving. So if you give me what I put into this, I'm going to keep it moving. I ain't going to bother you. All of my chips on the table because I never got what I came for. And I'm not leaving until I'm stable. So that's how you feel sometimes when you done wasted everything. You done gave everything to everybody else. And it's like, shit, I'm going to come and get exactly what I came here for. And I'm going to get mine. Whatever I put into this shit, I'm going to go ahead and take it back. I spent everything on you. You ever been that foolish where you went around and spent money on somebody? What's going on? Well, I spent everything on you, spent my energy, not necessarily money, but energy too. So they done sucked you dry. They done took your money, they done took your energy, and then now the things start to, change a little bit. Put that loyalty on you. You treating them like they royalty. They're a king, they're a queen, and I ain't got nothing left. After you done spent all your money, all your energy, everything into this person, now all of a sudden you ain't got nothing left, and I'm in over my head. Like I'm spent. I'm in over my head. I don't have nothing left. Now I'm barely breathing. You know you the reason. Just trying to break even. I just again, you know what's going on. I'm just trying to break even. And then this is the part I love. Notorious B.I.G. effing you tonight. Mary says, "You must be used to me spending." Y'all ever been with somebody that's just so used to you spending, and then all of a sudden when you start to back up and say, "Oh hell no," I'm starting to look at my bank account. What's going on, Shonda? I'm starting to look at my bank account and this shit ain't right. So now all of a sudden you got an attitude because I'm not spending. Now this is the part that I love here. Mary is definitely, I will say, I'm so proud of from what I'm hearing so far from this album. And I'm loving how Mary J. Blige is so into herself right now that she don't care about what anybody has to say at this point. You know what I'm saying? Like she done 15 albums. It is what it is. She gonna do what she want to do. People was talking about how she was dressed in Good Morning Gorgeous. People was talking about how she's 50 some odd years old and dancing around on Amazing. Well, check out these lyrics here. Look now, my rent money's due. Mm, I spent everything fucking with you. Oh, oh, Mary says it over and over and over again. I spent everything fucking with you. Mary ain't playing this time around. I don't want to say it, but I'm wondering if this is going to be Mary J. Blige's last album. It might be. And for some reason, I feel that she has other things to do besides music, and music has changed, and it's rough for these artists right now to try to make music. But I can see Mary putting this, still doing music, singles here and there, giving the fans what they want. But a full album, I'm thinking that this is Mary's last record, and so far, what I'm hearing from it, I like it. Rent Money, Mary J. Blige, featuring Dave East. You must be used to me spending. I know y'all mad. I know y'all are so mad. And if you mad now, I don't even know what to say because things are about to get so crazy. It's about to get so crazy. So, oh, I'm so glad that you love Mary J. Blige. I could sit here and speak about her all day long. But of course, you know, February 11th, when the album comes out, we're going to talk Mary. Um, but this rent money, I'm definitely spinning this in heavy rotation right now, and I can't wait to hear the rest of the record. I know Anderson Paak is going to be on it. Mm. Shout out to the Queen of Hip Hop Soul. Of course, getting ready for this Super Bowl thing. Um, Eminem, Dr. Dre, Mary J. Blige, Kendrick Lamar. I'm probably missing somebody else. Snoop Dogg. There we go. It's going to be amazing. All right. Last night, we got kicked off of TikTok. We had King Jupiter, and he was in his own world. I talked about how we all need to be living in our own world. He was definitely in his own world, and it was some crazy mess. He was saying some things out of his mind that was, you know, just different. But with that, the reason why I wanted to speak to him is because even though that there is that side of him, he also speaks some truth. So I strongly urge you to go ahead and watch that replay. And yes, you're gonna get some funny moments. You're gonna get this. You're gonna get that. But when you peel it back and you sit and listen, he's speaking some truth in so many different ways. So shout out to King Jupiter all the way from New Orleans. We just keep, spinning and spinning in so many different directions. And so tomorrow we're gonna speak to someone from Ohio. And I had to sit back and realize that um, this is an amazing blessing here. and I never want to take things for granted. I can't even put together how many people I've spoken to. I can't even put together how many different parts of the world, from the U.S. to even outside of the U.S. I had someone yesterday reach out from Belgium um, for, an interview for somebody that's, really important. So 411 podcast, everyone out there for the love and support, I definitely appreciate you. And we just getting started. It's only January, and mm, mm, mm. what is getting ready to come down in this year here, 2022. I've been seeing nothing but twos all over the place. Shout out to Jason T. Davis from Los Angeles, California. Thank you so much. Shonda, I see you out there. You said Ohio is your home state. That's what's up. Y'all go ahead and check her out. She has some great products and a wonderful price. She's on Instagram right now, and it's Slip Gloss. That is SLIPP with a Z GLOSS. Thank you for supporting. So, of course, we have to go ahead and show love here on the 411 podcast because that's what we do. This is what it's been built on. I'm so, thankful, and I'm so amazed at the same time of the growth that has come from something, that we started just a year ago. And I was in the mindset of being that little kid that wanted to, be that entertainer, be that singer, be that record producer, be whatever. And when people shut the door and they weren't, rocking with me, they weren't teaching me, they weren't giving me a helping hand, they weren't saying you could do this, let me link you up with this person. They weren't even saying that this is bad and you shouldn't even do it anymore. They just were just being quiet and mute and saying nothing. So I wanted to create something for the people coming up that might be starting a business, that might be wanting to get into the studio, that might be wanting to write a book, that might be wanting to do whatever the hell you want to do. Come right on here on the 411 podcast. I'm not going to be that person that, turns my back on anybody that's trying to start something because I'm a prime example of it. You can do it. You most certainly can do it if you go ahead and put the work in. So here we are. Custom Creations, what's going on? Bethany Trent from California as well. My brother Nate Perry from Brooklyn, New York. Kay Cole, she's from Mississippi. Robert Stubblefield from Maryland. Leah Abraham from New Mexico. Ebonique from United, yeah, UK. um, YRE Hair Growth, I believe they are from Ohio as well. And Felix Malifat from France. Shout out to everyone from France who supports. I know we has Mo Raz Beats out there. Also Danny Lopez from Belgium. Thank you so much. Even people in my hometown, Trenton, New Jersey. Um, List goes on. I'm trying to get these names together. Nikita, Raven. Um, got one other person that constantly we gonna pray on this situation. I don't know what's going on out there, but it's in and out. YouTube, Facebook, all of y'all out there, Twitch, Twitter. Hopefully y'all still hanging in there with me. All right, so now I talked about why I squeezed it in last night because we had so much going on. But I wanted to talk to the fellas out there. I don't know if you still out there, Will, but what I want to know is, and ladies, you can tune into this as well, but is it hard for a man to show emotion and show vulnerability? And when they do this, when they take it there to that level, do you feel that that is a sign of them being weak? When they come to you and they show you emotion, they're being vulnerable, they're keeping it real with you. Some people have said, oh, I don't want an emotional man. They're too emotional. They're this or they're that. But because of that, You know the thing that men ain't supposed to cry. So sometimes people hold it in. They don't say what they have to say. They don't open up. They don't speak from their heart. They walk around acting like they all hard and this and that. And then when you get behind closed doors, you're falling apart and can't even keep it together. So because of that, I feel that yes, it is hard for men to show their emotions and so show their vulnerability because sometimes people can take that for granted, and sometimes they can take that as a sign of weakness. So that's coming from my perspective. But for those of you out there, that was just basically the question that I asked last night. My burning question: is it hard for a man to show his emotions and be vulnerable? That keyword trust is very important too because a man is not going to open up and show that side to everybody. And one of the worst things that you could possibly do is once a man opens up and shows you that, turn around and throw that shit back up in his face at a later date. That will definitely destroy and that will tear down and that will make it harder for him to go ahead and open up to the next individual. And unfortunately, sometimes that next individual might be that right individual and you just turned around and you opened up and you showed just a little bit too much to the wrong person in the beginning. Shonda says, no, it's not a sign of weakness because we're all human with tears and a heart. I mean, I had somebody tell me a couple weeks, maybe to a month ago, that men ain't supposed to cry. That whole simple thing, a man ain't supposed to cry. I guess it all depends, though, on the situation. That same ignorant mess that men aren't supposed to cry. Now, I'm not saying that you want to be walking around, you know, boo hoo crying over every single situation and, just being too much. But I think, especially towards your family, people that you care the most, maybe that's the side that you want to go ahead and open up and share. I don't know. Listen, when I'm with somebody and I feel connected with them, they will see that, vulnerable side. Now, on the other side, everybody's not going to see that side of me. What's going on, Bethany? How you doing? Everybody's not going to see that side of me. And I do, put my shield and armor on and I armor up and I suit up. And I think that is part of it too, that, we have to suit up because some people will take that as a weakness. So you just gotta basically you gotta know who to trust and know who to show that side of. And don't act like you ain't out there being emotional and ain't out there crying, because you probably be crying all the time. Sit down somewhere and stop trying to act like you ain't got no emotions and you all hard like that. Get out of here. So, key word for tonight is movement. And when we talk about movement, we're talking about a change or development, an act of changing and basically moving your location, changing your position. So, the question that I have for you is, what are you moving towards or what are you moving from? So remember, movement is a change or development. You changing your position or you're changing your location. So, what is it today that you are making movement from or movement towards? Now, I will go ahead and give you my little thing as far as what I'm moving towards. I'm moving towards like minded individuals. So I want to be on the same page and I want to be on the same wavelength as what I've been envisioning in my mind. So I was with a group of people and I've always been surrounded in my environment and it's just natural because of where I come from. It's not to throw shade on anybody. Um, my environment is not necessarily what I envision myself to be at and living in the future. So I am moving towards, something bigger and better, in my mind and my heart and my spirit. So that's what I'm moving towards. And I'm finding myself to link up with certain individuals and I'm finding myself creating more friendships with certain people that I'm, probably would have never made friends with before. And, you know, it's that time where I'm like, I don't know if I really want to be friends with this person. This is kind of awkward. This is kind of strange. And I was like, God, this was the last situation that I was dealing with. I was like, God, I don't know if I'm supposed to be making friends with this person. If I stay stuck in my same situation, I guess I'll never know. So I'm going to go ahead and put it in your powerful hands. And if you want me to go ahead and make friends with this individual, then so be it. And so be it. And so it was. And what a great experience. And afterwards, I sat back and I said, you know what? I would have gotten in the way and I would have ruined something which would have been, a great friendship. And I would have basically been stuck. So a lot of times we stay stuck and we don't get elevated and we don't grow. And people don't teach us because a couple things. A, we always act like we have to be right and we got to be number one. B, we want to be the smartest person in the room and we don't want anybody to know anything better than us or teach us or show us anything because we have to run everything. I've been a victim of that for so long. And yeah, that's what I got. So that's what I'm doing. So Shonda says, I'm moving towards not trusting people so easily. I got you with that one. I hear you with that one. I am extremely too nice and I get hurt often by trusting people who have bad intentions. Story of my life. Story of my life. I was actually for a moment today sitting back, and sometimes I have to say this to myself to stay on track. I was like, man, they saw you coming. They saw you coming because of my personality and how I am. And no, I'm not like everybody else. And people can spot that. There's something different about me. Yeah, let me spot this person and see what's going on. And that will pull people in because there is something different about me. There's something different in everybody. But in my situation, where I'm at, it can sort of, stand out a little bit compared to other situations. So because of that, people get drawn in, and then I open up and I show them the real side of me. You know what I'm saying? And they take advantage of that. So I truly can understand. I would say don't change who you are because I have to make sure that I don't just push people away. I'm still me. I'm still going to be me. But I tell people straight up, stop lying. I will tell you straight up, stop lying. I don't know what you think who you talking to, but I've been down this road before, and I've seen this same sad story before. I've seen this book being read 1,000 times, and I don't know who you think you fooling, and that will stop people in their tracks, and that'll stop them from playing games with me because the old me would just be naive and stuff, thinking, well, maybe they do care for me, maybe they want to this or maybe that, and then I just go back and forth trusting every single person. That'll get you into some trouble. Bethany says, I'm moving towards building my character. Absolutely. Every single day, it's a work in progress, and we continuously have to build, on ourselves. So, but yeah, I was just sitting back today, like almost like laughing on the inside a little bit because I'm thankful that I have been delivered, but also like, yo, you did some stupid stuff. Sometimes you have to, I'm telling you, sometimes you really got to get with yourself. Forget all of this, you know, um, cute talk. That's what I call it. There are some times where I have to get with myself and I have a straight up disrespectful conversation with myself. Like, what the did you get yourself into? And you let this MFer do this, you let this person do that, don't be a fool the next time around. And sometimes you can get tricked a little bit and you can start to lean towards where you might be a fool again. And then I snatch myself back and be like, oh, hell no. You remember the shit you've been through? You remember this? You remember that? Be a fool if you want to. I was telling myself, I am 41 years old. I do not want to be chasing people at 50. I don't want to be chasing and trying to date people at 60. Hell, if I can't get this shit together now, I didn't have it together in my 20s, damn sure didn't have it together in my 30s. Now I have another opportunity to make this thing right. I'm going to go in the right way. Yes, you have to have a good open heart. Yes, you have to love people, but you better start picking people My friend always told me, you ain't gonna have a problem, Larry, because after all the shit you've been through, you're gonna know how to pick them. But know how to pick the right people and take it from there. Stop trying to love on these people that don't love you. And another thing also, don't be tricked by those words "I love you" because I can't stand when somebody tell me they love me. I meet somebody for the first time in the street and they be like, "Oh, I love you." I'll be looking at them like, "You love me? You don't even know me." And I can't stand it. And the same, and try to let me take a drink because I'm going down memory lane here. The same people that will run around telling you that they love you, you wait and see how long it takes for them to turn around and turn their back on you. I can't stand it. And I tell people, "Oh, you love me? Oh, you love me." I really want to see if you love me when the shit hits the fan because when I turn around and I show you who I am, just like you gonna turn around and you gonna show me who you are, because all this cute shit in the beginning, it is what it is. That's just a representative. But after a while, when I show you who I am and you show me who you are, you really gonna love me then? Stick around and wait and see, because it take a long time for you to know somebody, which is one thing that I didn't pay attention to in the beginning. Not that I didn't know, I didn't pay attention. But be careful with these people running around here saying that they love you when they don't even love themselves. I said that the other night and I'm going to keep on saying it. These people that run around saying, "Oh, I love you, I love you." I can't tell you within the past 5 to 6 years how many people have turned around and told me that they love me and they ain't around now. And they are the ones who betrayed me the most. But you love me though. If I saw them today in the street, man, don't even look my way. Because remember, you sat there and you told me you love me and you this and you that and then you're the main one to turn around and stick the knife right through me. Get out of here. Mm-mm-mm. Be careful with these people running around here telling they love you. And I don't know if you be like me, but I'll sit back and I observe people. And I'll be like, "Look at this fool here. Running around here shaking hands, kissing people, doing this. You love this person, you love that person. You love everything about all these people in the street, but the one person that you don't love is yourself because if you did, you wouldn't be running around making yourself look like a fool like that and doing some of the things you do and going some of the places that you're going for something that you claim is love. Real love starts within self. You take care of self first, and it's not to be arrogant, it's not to be self centered, but you have to really learn how to take care of yourself first so that you can turn around and go ahead and pour out to other people. And back to Mary J. Blige's song, Rent Money. Of course, the key aspect of the song is the money, right? And I heard something today that was just so profound. You ain't gonna take your checkbook, right? And you ain't gonna start writing checks out. And you ain't gonna start bouncing. Normal people won't do this. There are some people out there that will be reckless and spend money and write fraudulent checks and all kinds of hell. I'm not talking about those. I'm talking about people who are in the right mind frame. They're aware of their finances. They're in tune with that side of themselves. You ain't just gonna open up your purse. You ain't gonna open up your wallet. You ain't gonna open up yet and just give your money to anybody and just pour it out in the street, right? So if you ain't gonna do it like responsible people, this is what I'm talking about. They know better and they're gonna be like, "Oh hell no, let me hold on to my money. Let me tighten up these straps a little bit because this is my money and I need this and this is what's gonna keep me breathing." So just like you ain't gonna run around there and give your money away and throw it in the street, why do you turn around and do it when it comes to your energy? Like that's the same thing. Money keeps you breathing. Your energy keeps you breathing. It keeps you on top. It keeps you focused. It keeps you where you need to be. So many people are overspent with their energy because they don't take time for self. And I have people who don't like me today. Oh, they can't stand me. They don't like me because I don't pick up the phone. They don't like me because you just can't knock on my door and come into my situation and invite yourself over here without letting me know. And if you do, half the time I'm looking at you sideways like, I'm not prepared for this today. Today I just wanted to walk around and be in sweatpants and a hoodie and mind my damn business. I didn't say that I wanted to speak to somebody and have company today. Sorry. Like, I'm that type of person. So many people disliked me back in the day when I didn't know who I was. Oh, he got an attitude. He think he's, stuck up. They used to call me bougie. That's what it is. Oh, you bougie because this and that, and look at the way he looking at you. Yeah, because you just basically dumped this shit into my life, and I didn't sign up for this. I didn't say I wanted to see you today, and that's not to be arrogant or ignorant like that. You don't just invite yourself and be so intrusive on people, especially not ones who have creative minds. Because the people who are creative beings, they can't be who they are because there's all this shit in their ear, and this person is doing this and this person. That can really mess with your mental, at least for me, it can. And then they run around and they say, hey, Laren, you have mental illness. You have this, you have that, because you decided to start a podcast and start opening up your mouth and speaking. Oh, now I got mental illness because I decided to speak my truth instead of living in someone else's dreams and following and chasing someone's shadows. Got you. So, mental illness. I want y'all to help me, 411 people. Now, I'm going to give you two sides of Laren. Back in the day, I used to cuss people out. I would pick up stuff and damn near take your head off with it, fighting, every damn thing else. That's not mental illness. Versus the person who I am today, who likes peace, quiet, will basically it's the fight or flight. I will take the flight. I'm not gonna sit and fight you because I already been through that shit. All my life I've been fighting. So today, now that I'm older and I know better, I can't risk and lose everything I got and lose my mind over you. So I decide to keep it moving. Fighting, cussing, spitting, this, that, everything else, that's not mental illness versus being in the scripture, you know, following all types of motivational people and just being in tune, yoga, meditation. Yes, I got a podcast. Yes, I speak. I have mental illness today versus back then. I think y'all got it twisted. The haters got it so twisted. Back then, there was some mental illness. There was some bipolar, or whatever the hell you want to call it, type shit going on. But y'all like that person. You want to know why you like that person? Because you were able to take advantage of me. You can't do that today because I know who I am. So all of the little comments about mental illness and this and that, that's because this is unfamiliar to you. This person who's speaking to you and can open up his mouth and speak his truth. Remember, I used to be afraid and I didn't want people to know that I was that angry person and I was this and I was that. That's where you were able to take advantage. Today, you can't do that. Yeah, I'm telling you. I told him. I did it. Absolutely, yes, I did it. It was me. You know that thing? Don't let anybody tell your story. I would go to church and I would hear that. I wouldn't go all the time, but when I do go, I would hear them say, don't let anybody tell your story. That's one of the main things that stuck into my mind. If I had sat and I had been scared and I had been quiet, I would have allowed somebody else to go ahead and tell my story. And I said, absolutely not. Hell no. So, anybody out there that's being bullied or pressured or made fun of or ridiculed or whatever, don't listen to the people. If you're doing the right thing and you ain't hurting people and you're providing some service to other people and you're pouring out love from your heart, you're going to be all right. It's the ones that don't love themselves that they turn around and they point fingers about what somebody else is doing instead of looking in the mirror. How you going to tell somebody about somebody else like you're inside of them? Unless you're Jesus, unless you're God, you ain't got no business telling somebody how they feel on the inside and what they got going on the inside because you ain't inside of me. And don't you ever tell me who I am and what I'm going to be. I tell you who I am because you want to know why? Because I'm living myself and I know who I am. Just like I can't turn around and tell you who you are. I don't know who you are. I can't tell you how you feel. But you better just be careful because people will get it twisted and think that they have the authority over your life and over your spirit and over your soul when they damn sure don't even have it over themselves. Because if they did, they won't even open up their mouth to say what they have to say like that. But I ain't mean to take it there. But It's just been an interesting week. I have been through some ups and downs this week, and you're gonna have to do better than that because I came in this world by myself, and I'm gonna leave here by myself. And there's not one time that you ever gonna make me feel and get it twisted where I feel like I need somebody. I only need one person, and he's with me all the time. So I will never get to that situation where I feel like I need you. Oh, you ain't gonna do this, you ain't gonna be this without me. I'm gonna go ahead and try to trick you, and I'm gonna go ahead and show you. Oh hell no. Don't ever let anybody try to tell you or trick you into a situation because you need them or they need you. Nah, that's how you get stuck. And I have to say, my friend Eugenia McCall from the Bronx, I'm sitting here today thinking about some of the you know impressions that people make on you. You have to be very, very, very careful about who you hang around. I don't care if you don't like what this person is doing. You might say that I'm not going to be promiscuous. I'm not going to drink. I'm not going to smoke. I know who I am. I'm not going to do those things. Cool. Keep hanging around them and watch what happens. You hang around broke people, you're going to end up being broke. 9 out of 10 times, you're going to end up being broke. You hang around people who got some money, 9 out of 10 times, you're going to have some more money in your pocket. So you got to be very careful. So I'm so thankful that I was actually around somebody who spoke some good things. And I was like, there are a couple things that, because you take stuff from people, you know, you start sitting around somebody. Next thing you know, you're going to almost start to sound like them a little bit or pick up some of the sentences or some of the phrases that they say. And I've seen it happen in so many people. That's why sometimes I keep my mouth shut when I'm in uncomfortable situations because I don't want to engage in conversations. If I know that you are not right for me, I'm not going to want to engage in you because I don't want to pick up any of that stuff. And then you start driving down the road, or you the next day you engage with somebody else and you start to speak what somebody else was speaking the other day. It happens all the time. So you have to be very careful with who you surround yourself by. But on the flip side about it, I have been surrounded by one of my friends who spoke great, positive things. And now I find myself speaking those same things. And one thing is becoming a master of your own mind. You know, when you know that the mind can be tricky, and you once you learn how to control it and don't let your mind control you, it's a big battle. I don't believe that it's ever won. Every single day you got to go in there knowing, all right, you came in with this, get it out. I'm not even going to go there. Yes, this happened in the past, but we ain't going there. Up, I had to tell myself today, back up, back it up. You're thinking too much about the future, and now you're not living in the present moment of what's going on here today. Back up a little bit. Yes, your envisions and everything that you got is so beautiful and wonderful, and I know it's going to come. And when it comes, it's going to be great. But right now, just focus on what you got going on here. So that's one thing that she would speak, becoming a master of your own mind. Another thing is taking responsibility for yourself. We all have the right to take responsibility for ourselves. If there's something in our lives that we don't like and we don't want and we don't want to be a part of, get up and move and take responsibility for yourself. Don't go back and forth with people. If you like to do something, cool. This is one of the hardest lessons that I had to learn. If you like to do this, cool. Do it. Enjoy it. Have fun with it. It's not for me to go back and forth with you telling you that ain't right, this ain't right, this is how I would do it, you should do it this way. Man, if I could have learned that and had that, drilled into my brain a long time ago, I think I'd be a hell of a lot better off than where I'm at today. Because I fought with so many people back and forth trying to make them see it my way. Don't ever fight with people trying to make them see it your way. If they don't see it your way, that's not the right person. Remember, a like minded individual is going to be like, yeah, I like that too. Oh, that's real dope. Oh, you like this too? All right, that's cool. If you have yourself around people who ain't liking the same stuff that you like, you gotta change up and get into a different circle of friends, or get into a different group of people. Finally, I'm at that point now where I'm able to get around people that's like, yeah, that's cool. What you might think is weird, strange, and crazy, somebody else might love. And it's just facts. Here's another thing that she was telling me, and I didn't understand it in the beginning because I was hard headed. But she would say, Laren, you have got to stop. All that going back and forth, all of that animosity and this and that, and you trying to do this and trying to do that, she would say, stop. Because you can't beat people into submission. Mm-mm-mm. That is something that I have been replaying in my mind for a long time. You can't beat people into submission. And if you trick yourself and think that you can, trust and believe that they're going to turn around and they're going to do what they want to do anyway. And I don't know when it might happen, but it's going to happen eventually. And then you're the one who's going to be hurt. If that man had a problem sleeping with this person over here, and you told him that you were going to leave if he doesn't leave this person alone, and knowing that you've been going back and forth anyway, and he's like, all right, cool, I'm going to stop. Because you kept beating it into his head that I'm going to leave, I'm going to leave, I'm going to leave if you do this, if that ultimatum BS. You're trying to make him or her, because I ain't just going to put it on the men, ladies, y'all have y'all situation too where you can't leave certain people alone. You're in a roundabout way making this person submit to what you want. And it's only short term because your energy levels are going to be spent at one point. Somebody going to be feeling a certain way about themselves, and the other one might not be feeling it at the moment, but that other person will, and they're going to go back and do it. And then when you find out, then your world going to be rocked. That's part of it. It could be alcohol. I've had it so many times where I said that I'm not going to be with somebody who is this or is that. I'm not going to be with somebody who smokes. I'm not going to be with somebody. I would say stuff like that, knowing that the person does it. When I met them, that's what they did. But then I would be like, I like you, but I don't like what you do. But let me go ahead and try to make you into something that I want. So I'm going to tell you after I done spent and been around with you 1,000 times, made you fall in love. Now all of a sudden I'm going to try to flip it on you and tell you what I don't want. And what do? Oh, I'm going to go ahead and do what he wants because I don't want to lose him. But then in the back of your mind, you're like, damn, after a while, once the honeymoon phase goes away, you're like, shit, I'm going to go ahead and do what I want to do anyway. He's getting on my nerves. We arguing back and forth. This ain't right. Now, that drink over there is looking good. Those drugs over there are looking good. He might be looking good because he been asking when you're going to step out. She might be looking good because she been inviting you over. All that type of stuff. You can't beat people into submission. They have to want to do it themselves. That whole once a cheater, always a cheater. When they find who they want, that's who they're going to flock to. If you're being cheated on, you just ain't the one. And another thing, too, we don't own people. One of the biggest things, you want to teach yourself something, you don't own people. Meaning that you might be in a relationship, you might be in it for 4 years, 5 years, 6 years, 10 years, whatever. I don't care. The minute that he or she says it's over, that's what that means. You don't get the opportunity to fall apart, start cussing people out, wanting to burn the house down, you know, slap the new person that they might be wanting to be with, fight this person, slash the tire just because they said it's over. Who are you to want to keep something going on when they said it's over? By you doing that, you're missing what's around the corner for you. Because some people are supposed to only be here for just a little bit, not forever. Nothing lasts forever anyway. And by you hanging on, you messing up your own destiny. You messing up theirs and you're messing up your own. And again, by you trying to hang on, there's that submission thing. You're trying to make them submit to something that they really don't want to do. And eventually it's all going to come out in a wash anyway. So I don't know. I'm just rambling on tonight, going on and on and on. What's up, Jetta from my rap tribe? These are just some things that I finally got after such a very long time of thinking that I own people. When they said it was over, I'd be the first one to fall apart and cry and this and that and why, and or the minute that somebody steps out and cheats and does this or does that, I want 50 million explanations of why. The reason why is because they wanted to do it. Because if they didn't want to do it, they wouldn't have done it in the first place. So, like, if somebody steps out or does this or do that, that's because that's what they want to do. And the same thing goes for you. You might be in a situation, and how about you bump into somebody at the grocery store that's your true soulmate or the true love of your life, and you might want to go home and say, "Hey, listen, I know we've been doing this for so long, but guess what? I think I met somebody. You know, it don't sound nice. I know it's not nice, but when you get to a point and you condition yourself and you know that you don't own people, and it is what it is. People are here for however long they're here for. God puts people and things into our lives for whatever reason it is to teach us. That person, their time might be spent, it might be done. And we don't own people and we can't keep them, we can't hold them to it. So many divorce rates and all kinds of nonsense goes on with relationships and domestic violence and all kinds of crazy stuff goes on because people think that they own people. They think they can beat people into submission and think that it's going to work. Did not always understand this and didn't always have this knowledge before because I was a fool too. I was that same one holding on like, why? What do what do they do that I can't do? Fool, this is your exit plan. They supposed to come in. That person was supposed to come in and destroy your marriage. That person was supposed to come in and destroy and be disrespectful and mess up every single thing. Stop fighting the person that comes in and tears apart a situation. I had to sit back and think, like, damn, I sat there and I cussed this person out and I caused all kinds of hell. God sent that person or allowed whatever evilness it was to happen or occur to get you out. It's okay, it's cool. And I know some people may not understand that, but it is so cool. Like sometimes the person that comes in and destroys and messes up, even the haters, all of that stuff, they've been sent for a reason. You may not understand it now, but once you get on the other side, you'll be like, oh, I got it. Oh man, like really? If I had it my way and certain people left when I wanted them to leave, man, I wouldn't even be here today. There would be no 4-in-1 podcast. Hell, I'm not even sure if there would be a Laren because hell, I was on self-destruct mode already. And one more situation, it would have been a problem. And they probably would have been visiting me behind bars or putting me 6 feet under because I would have been out of here from all kinds of stress, hell, this, that, the next, the other. You all know it. Sometimes the things that we want in life, it ain't good for us. And we don't understand because our minds just get so distorted and crazed at the time. And you might think that that person is everything, but they're absolutely nothing. Hmm. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to move on off of this. We're going to go ahead and get on up out of here tonight. I just want to say thank you so much to people out there on Instagram tonight. This is just a preview of, what I can do. um, I remember about a year ago, somebody told me, don't anybody want to hear inspirational stuff? They don't want to hear that. They want to hear this, they want to hear that. And I had to look at them and say, listen, I don't know where you came from, but I'm here to tell you that I've been through something in my life. And God has put something on me to go ahead and share this with the world so that I can go ahead and help somebody break through. Because when I was going through something, I had my people to look up to help me pull through. And who knows what somebody's going through. But if I felt that I was going to self destruct back in the day, not once, but twice, maybe even a third time, the first time I didn't understand. The second time I kind of knew what I was doing. And the third time it was like, listen, I'm bumping my head up against the wall and I'd unlock myself into this situation here. Now, what's better? What we gonna do here now? I know intentionally. Hell, if I'm gonna go ahead and take myself out of here, it's because I want to get the f up out of this situation for real. So, if I was going through self destruction mode and I had people to look up to, this might be just something that I need to do. Go ahead and pass it on and help the next person. So I had to stop people because certain people didn't want me to continue to come out here and speak and say some of the things that I say. And my response was absolutely not. If you don't like it, turn it off. Don't look at it. Stop trying to come on here and tell me what to do here in this situation. You go ahead and you move on and you do your own thing and stay away from whatever I got here because I just wasn't having it. But still, sometimes they're hard headed. I'll get somebody coming in, calling me, DMing me, why did you say this? Why did you say that? And what I want to say is, what the hell were you doing listening if you don't like it? You don't like what I'm wearing? Don't look. Tune off. You don't like what I say? Don't look. Tune off of it. But what you realize is that these same people keep coming back and commenting over and over and over again because they like it. So that's why we still doing it because they like it. Otherwise, they wouldn't even have time to see what you're wearing, see what you're hear what you're talking about. They wouldn't even be paying you no mind. But the fact that they show up time after time, periodically, because they like it. But I'm so thankful that you all like it, that you hung around enough to stay and continue to come back over this period of time. So I do want to say what's up and thank you so much to all of the true people who really support the 411 podcast and Reading Between the Wines. I definitely do appreciate you. If you want to support, you can go ahead and click that link above all of my social media platforms, and that's Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, YouTube, D Live, and Twitch. And go inside of Remix Journal Volume 1.5. It's a journal, a 30-day transformational journey towards a healthier mindset. I'm basically sharing some of these stories, just like I'm speaking here tonight. You're going to get small little clips like that inside of my book. And yes, we take it there. We go back a little bit and we talk about the hurt. But then I let you know where I'm at today because I've overcome those battles. And then I have a journal for you to go ahead and write where you're going. So it's past, present, and then we write our future. So Remix Journal, Volume 1.5. I know there's a couple people who are waiting for books to be shipped to you. It's coming soon. I know I got to sign some books this weekend. It's coming soon. So thank you all the people who support. And of course, I have to thank my executive producer, my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, for allowing me to come out here and give you all the 411 podcast one more time in life. Tomorrow, I'm going to be on Coffee and Convos with Liz. So that is at 2 p.m. tomorrow on IG. Coffee and Convos with Liz, 2 p.m. on Instagram. So go ahead and check me out tomorrow. We're going to be speaking about the Remix book as well. And I'm going to read a little bit and open up and share a little bit with you. Thank you all so much. We have Mr. Brent from Ohio coming in tomorrow. And yeah, we got through it tonight. Freestyle sessions. Thank you so much. I'll see y'all tomorrow at 2 and then again here at 10. And in the meantime, go ahead and check out that Mary J. Blige featuring Dave East, Rent Money. Can't wait. Good morning, gorgeous. February 11th. Cannot wait to see what Mary J. Blige is getting ready to do. Mm. All right, y'all. Good night. Take care. Good night, y'all.